Hi everyone, this is Tom coming to you from the Fog Bank here in not always so sunny San Francisco. And let's see, well, I have a little preview of this. This is actually kind of two products. This is um, the Orchid V4 clone, and which I got from eSiggity out in Hawaii. And I really like the Orchid. I have had the V1 through V3 clones, and now I have the V4 clone. But the problem with the Orchid atomizer is it just doesn't have much juice capacity, and being a dual coil atomizer, it really can burn through the juice quickly. So I was hunting around and I ran across this. And this is called the Kayfat conversion kit for 26650 batteries or mods. And it's 30 mil, fits very nicely on my unicorn mod, very flush, and vapes very nicely. As you can see, it has great flavor, great airflow, and produces really good vapor. Now, these both being clones, so to speak. Now the clone version one was pretty much a direct copy of the on the Orchid, the of the Orchid atomizer, but they keep making improvements as they come up with different versions in the clones. The first improvement was to put a bottom fill hole in it, so there's a screw in the bottom. That makes it very easy to fill. You used to have to fill it from the top, and when you did that, it would always leak, and it would stop after a bit, but you couldn't fill it all the way. Didn't hold that much juice, so they put a fill hole in the bottom, and that made it so you could fill the tank completely, gave you a little more juice capacity, and that was definitely an improvement. But one of the other downsides to the original version 1 was that they used, actually the version 2 did the same, is that they used these extremely tiny little grub screws in the block, or in the deck, and those grub screws used this, which might be the world's smallest Allen key or hex wrench. It is tiny. It's like a toothpick. And at first, when I first got it, I didn't even think, I thought they forgot to send it because it was so small, I didn't see it in the packaging. So on the version 3 that I got, they replaced the grub screws with Phillips head screws, which was a great improvement. It really made it a lot easier to deal with, easier to build. The grub screws kind of it's hard to get them tightened down very well, and they could back out. So the Phillips head screws was a great improvement. And the V3 was basically, other than that, the screws, it was this V2, except they put a Kayfat nano kit on it to make it look a little different, because some people didn't like the look of the tank on there, because this is 22 millimeters at the bottom, and then it expands out through the tank section to 23 millimeters, and then back to 22 millimeters on the top. And I'm sure they did that to give it a little bit more juice capacity, even though it's still not that much. In an hour or two, I can easily vape through all that liquid. Now this is what is this? This is my V2 clone, which one of the things I really like about this is that this is the Vox edition, and they did not copy the logo, and I'm really big on not copying logos. It's it's one thing to clone it, and it's another thing, when you start making all those improvements, is it, at what point does it stop being a clone? A big part of it being a clone is the fact that they're using the same logo, even though they made other improvements. So, personally, my recommendation to these Chinese cloners is, if you're going to make these improvements, make it your own. Just say, rebrand it, give it a new name, and say, this is, it's kind of, people will know it's based on something, but but then they'll know, that you've made your improvements, and you get to make a name for yourself as well, because almost all of vaping gear is just improvements made on previous vaping gear. So So that's my advice to China. Now, let me show you how this works, because the tank, the Kayfat, is also a clone. Now, the original, I've never had a chance to use the original. I was looking at it, but but one of the issues that I'd read about and heard about is that they only had one airflow hole on the bottom, in this ring on the bottom, where this one has four. And the best thing about the Orchid is that it had great airflow for a tank atomizer. So let me show you how this works. It's pretty simple, really. This ring on the bottom, don't worry, the juice is not going to come out. This ring is really just holds the airflow, or it has the airflow holes in it, and works like a beauty ring, so it sits flush with your atomizer. And as you can see underneath, that is the base of the Orchid atomizer sticking out there. And this just screws directly into this PMMA tank that's threaded inside. And then this has two sets of threading, so then this threads in as well. And there you go. It seats fine, sits on the O-ring just fine. I've had no leaking problems, and it vapes fantastic. So I've been using it on this as well. On my Giants themed Hexome with the Frisco Vapors sticker on there. Go Giants. I don't know when you're going to see this, but at this point in time, while I'm filming this, the Giants are in the World Series and ready to take it all the way. So let's give this a shot on the Hexome. Great vapor. I don't even have this turned up all that much. Go up a little higher. Ah, that's a really good vape. Now, I like this for when I'm, tank systems are, they're what they're for. When you're driving, I like it when I'm at work, so I can just have this in my pocket, and when it's, when I have a chance to go and have a vape, I can just pull it out, vape away, don't have to worry about dripping or any of that, and then just drop it back in my pocket. And with this setup, I would say with this much juice and the battery capacity of my Hexome, I could probably go 3 days easy without even changing the batteries or the liquid. So there's that. That's always nice. I still have my drippers and like using them, and if I want to blow big clouds, then I can do that. But I'm not doing that all the time. That's for the weekends and when I'm out with my vaping friends and kind of show off a little bit. But this this is a great little combo, and I can highly recommend it. Even just the Orchid V4 with the 4 mil capacity is a really good vape, and they're dirt cheap. You can get them at Fast Tech for like $13 for the V4, and if you want something a little smaller, the V2 or V3, they're about the same. They're really inexpensive. I actually got my my V4. I didn't want to wait for Slow Tech, so I ordered it from eCiggity out in Hawaii, and it arrived very quickly. Unfortunately, it was delivered to the wrong mailbox in my apartment. So today I finally caught the mailman and said, I didn't get this package. And then I noticed that there was a package in the mailbox right below mine, and I said, is that mine? Because I think maybe it got put in the wrong slot. And sure enough, it was. So I finally got my my V4 Orchid. And it just so happens that on the same day, the Kayfat conversion kit showed up. So that's what I got in the vape mail today, along with some Carnage from Animal, which is also really delicious. That's it. Red Vines. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. So again, this is Tom in the Fog Bank. wishing you a good vape, and take care of yourselves, and who knows, maybe we'll talk soon. This is my first ever video, so hopefully I'll be able to actually edit it and upload it to YouTube, and maybe someone other than me might actually even watch it. Who knows? So anyway, take care, and hopefully we'll be seeing each other soon. Bye.